Further delay, I would like to invite on stage the little tigress, Mrunali Elle. By profession, Mrunali is an assistant manager in the policy department of the Gems and Jewelry Export Promotion Council. With a master's degree in business administration and a bachelor's in pharmacy, Mrunali has a combined experience of over 15 years. Hailing from our clean city of Mumbai, Mrunali is a testimony to the qualities exhibited by Mumbaikars, that is hard work, fast learning, along with good organizational skills. Mrunali has taken up this course to polish her email drafting and public speaking skills. Mrunali has a penchant for reading books, learning new things, cooking, and listening to music. To summarize, she is a modern Indian successful woman who has mastered the art of handling career and family beautifully while working with some of the best organizations in India and abroad. So over to Mrunali.
It's all yours.
Thank you, sir. Human beings, we all need a support system. Support system of our friends, family, co-workers, relatives, and well-wishers. Now, when I say we need friends, why do you think? What do you think? That why do you need a friend in our life? What do you understand by that? Anybody from the audience?
To share our ideas, thoughts, feelings. We need friends.
Absolutely, absolutely, you're right. We need a friend in our life. Why? Because a friend is someone with whom you can share your thoughts and feelings. A friend is someone with whom you can hang out, have fun, enjoy. A friend is someone who can support you, who can guide you, and who can never judge you for anything you do. And last but not the least, a friend is someone with whom you can hang out, have fun, and you can vent out your frustration. You can unburden your worries and stress. So in short, a friend is an antidepressant, a mood elevator, a stress reliever, a mentor, and a guide. So today, my friends, why don't we learn few tricks and trades to increase, to multiply the number of friends in our life through a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Let us do this through a real life incident, a real life character which has the same essence what the book is trying to teach us. It was in year 2003 when I joined a sales job as a sales executive. Little was I knowing anything about the sales. So I was supposed to assist Mary Elan, who was the oldest and the most popular employee of the organization. Now Mary Elan was an elderly lady in mid-60s with grey hair and pleasant demeanor. It was my first day of the job. I went up to Mary Elan and stood beside her and said, "Good morning, Mary." To that, Mary, with a pleasant, warm smile, looked at me and said, "Good morning, dear. Welcome to CDS. Welcome to CDS family." And softly she whispered into my ears and said, "Dear, can you please call me Mary Elan? That's how I like it." Now, I wondered. I nodded my head and I said yes. But then wondered what difference it would make if I call her Mary or Mary Elan. We exchanged few pleasantries and had a little talk, conversation, settled out at the counter and started our day. Throughout her interactions, I could see Mary greeting people with a big bright smile, hugging, giving big hugs to people, and she would just wave to small kids, call people by their name, and always smile. I could always see her smiling. Such was Mary's goodwill that even the people used to just flock up to her counter and buy the products without even giving a second thought, while all her other colleagues used to just struggle to sell the product. So this was what Mary's reputation was. I was so amazed and I was so surprised to see Mary being like so good at interacting with people that I wondered what magic she was using. Next day, it was my turn to sell the product. So, me being a shy lady and an introvert, I went up to the counter and stood up and gathered a courage to sell the product. Not a single product was sold. Not a single, forget about selling the product, not a single customer came up to me. I was very sad and frustrated. I was so frustrated and I was wondering what else I could do to pull the customers towards me. So out of frustration, I went up to Mary and I asked, Mary, I cannot sell the product. I'm so bad at talking to people. I cannot do it. Please help me out. Let me know what is the trick you use to pull people towards you. To this, Mary, with a very compassionate tone, looked at me and said, my dear, today I'm going to tell you few secrets. 6 secrets of human interactions which you can use anywhere and anyhow, with anyone in your life, be it your professional or personal life. So as she said, as Mary said, I'm going to tell you a few tricks which she has shared with me, which are going to make a huge difference in your life if you apply. If you want to convert if you want to convert a stranger into a customer and customer into a long-term friend. So trick number 1, smile. Remember, a person's attire is never complete without a smile. So always wear that smile when you are interacting with people. When you go to that business meets, when you go to any parties, to get-togethers, don't wait for the other person to smile, you smile. Trick number 2, that is make people, talk to people in terms of their interest. When I say talk to people in terms of their interest, that means, for example, with children, you can talk about their favorite toys, their favorite sports, their favorite movies, maybe small things which they like. Also, when it comes to women, any guesses like what you can talk when you are talking to women? Absolutely right. Absolutely right. When it comes to women, you can always talk about their dress, maybe the jewelry, the discounts, the sales, the shopping malls, and share some beauty tips if you can. When it comes to men, often talk about business, politics, current affairs, etc. Cricket, you're right. And when it comes to youth, you can talk about what? What can you talk to youth about?
Education, career.
Right. You can talk about, definitely, you can talk about education, career. You can also talk about, certain things like give them tips how to impress a girlfriend and how to impress their boyfriends. You can tell that definitely if you're comfortable with. Then, of course, when you talk to elders, this is the tricky part. Most of us have this problem of, how to initiate a talk with elders, because it's like we all think that he's an elderly man, how to, what we can talk. Can anybody guess like what you can talk with elders? Health, right.
Their achievements in their life.
I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to elders, you can always talk about their children, and you can talk about their grandchildren. That is the best thing to start with. And of course, you can ask them about their past, their life, how they came to Mumbai, or their, and they will be so happy. They'll continue, they will on and on. I'll give you an example of my father. If I ask him, Dad, how did you come to Mumbai and how did you got settled over here? He'll be on and on with the same story 110 times. And 110 times, I'll tell you, 110 times I'll see his face lighted up. And he's so excited to share, the achievements, what he has done, the struggle which he has gone through. And I tell you, I get to learn so much out of that. So when you're talking to elders, give that respect and talk to them about their past and their children and their kids. Okay. The skill number 2, skill number 3, that is make the other person important. How are you going to make the other person important? Once he comes to you, once you start the conversation, it is very important to hold the conversation. So you have to make sure that the person is important. So as I said previously, start asking questions about themselves. I'm telling you, 110% the person will be interested to talk to you if you're talking about that person. All of us are interested to talk about ourselves, what's going on in our life. So always ask questions about their life, themselves, and they will talk to you for hours. Then this, skill number 4, that is be genuinely interested. When they are starting to you, when they have started the conversation, when they start talking to you, be genuinely interested in the talk. Give that undivided attention to them. Be focused and pay a proper eye contact, which is very important. And be with them. When they are sharing a sorrow or a sad thing with you, show your compassion for that. And when they are being happy, try to be happy about it and congratulate about the thing. So next thing is be a good listener. Now, always remember that people most of the time want a friendly, sympathetic listener with whom they can unburden their worries and stress. So always remember that, be a sympathetic listener. When they are talking to you, just listen to them. Be a good listener. The 6th, last but not the least, point is remember the person's name. A person's name is a sweet voice, is a sweet music to his or her ears. So always, when you're greeting the customer or a new person, address them with their name. Never forget. And one more thing is never forget the name. When you come back, when they come back to you next time, always address the name with compassion, with enthusiasm, and they'll be more than happy, more than thrilled to start a conversation with you. I'll give you an incident about my son. A few days back, he came with an excited, mood, and he said, "Mama, my new teacher knows my full name." You know what? And I could see his eyes were like so excited and so bright that, that's the power of the name. That is what I say, remember a person's name when you are addressing. So as suggested by Mary, I started using all these tricks into my day-to-day interactions. And I will tell you that within a month, I saw 100% results. My sales shooted up. My sales shooted up to 100%. And I made lot of friends. I made lot of wonderful friends. My customers, I retained some permanent, lot of new permanent customers. And also, I made retained my customers, and it was my whole life, the outlook had changed. So finally, I would like to say that please, when you are interacting with people, try to use the skills, and you will find 100% results. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.